Hey guys, what is going on? This is Pantsar Dragon, and today I want to talk about something that's just kind of one tip for junglers that they should know for Season 7, and it's a pretty good tip, I'd say, to be a very successful jungler, and what should be prioritized more in this season. And this is actually relatively new because of how the jungle camps work now, and of course some of the jungle changes, so it's not something you're going to hear from Season 6. It's relatively new, and I just kind of want to talk about it in this video. So with all that being said, let's get started. Alright, so in this video, we're going to be using this Lee Sin rank game that I played a while ago. Well, 2 days ago, I think. I don't know when I'm going to release this, but probably like 2 or 3 days ago. And I think I'm going to call this the #1 tip for Season 7 as a jungler, or I just might put counter jungle in the title. Oh, that's going to be the #1 tip for this for Season 7. And we're going to be teaching you the art of counter jungling using this Lee Sin game as an example for this video. So now the reason why counter jungling is so efficient in Season 7 is because they boosted the experience and gold of how much the camps give, and also the camps respawn slower in Season 7 as opposed to Season 6. And so you can really deprive an enemy jungler if you just take all of his camps. And that's why knowing how to counter jungle and figuring out where your enemy jungler is key to being a successful jungler. And just farming in general is actually really good for you. So hopefully you understand the concept of just taking enemy jungle camps, but it's time to talk about this game and how I counter jungle my way to make the enemy jungler look like my bitch. But right now I kind of look like the support's bitch. But I'll probably change your mind after this video is done. Alright, so the first tip is to be more powerful than the enemy jungler. If you're gonna go into his jungle, be prepared to, well, kick his ass. If you're weaker, then, be a little cautious when trying to contest his camps, especially since his laners can react faster than your laners. But you can still counter jungle. You just kind of have to avoid the enemy jungler. Like if he's bot side, then you can enter his top side. But you kind of have to know if he was in his top side jungle and maybe the camps might be cleared. That concept is just really hard, and you kind of have to learn it by yourself. I can't really put it into words, but it's definitely a little hard. Now, Lee Sin is actually a very powerful early game jungler. So it's like using an OP counter jungler. And things like a Mumu jungle can't really counter jungle as well. You need like a duelist or someone who has an escape. But as you can see, I am more powerful than the enemy jungler in this game. And one of my mindsets or rules that I have right now, not really a rule, but something that I like doing is whenever I gank, I go immediately into an enemy jungle so I can counter jungle and contest some monster camps to put him behind. And I can do this because the enemy is one man down, so my team should be able to back me up if we want to contest something, right? But in this game, I'm definitely focused on taking enemy camps instead of taking towers. Obviously, first blood tower is worth if you can get it, but if one of these ganks don't point towards getting first blood tower, then I won't look towards getting the tower. I'd rather get it later and just make the enemy jungler feel like shit. Now right here is like a gank, and I'm like, we have the enemy jungler and mid laner down. So I'm just thinking I'm pretty low, but you can see 4 people were down on the enemy team. And this is where that one rule kicks in, where we say, hey, we should get first blood tower instead of counter jungling and getting his top creeps, which might not be there. That's where Graves just came from, so obviously he cleared some caps there. But we don't counter jungle here because we don't need to. And we can't counter jungle anymore because the enemies are up, so we have to recall and buy items. And then I come to the top lane because, Darius is a pretty easy kill for Lee Sin. So, easy kill right here. But you can see the enemy tower is pretty healthy, so we can't necessarily take it down. We could do Rift Herald, but Rift Herald is actually such a big risk to do just because it does so much damage and takes a long time. And honestly, taking this minion wave right here for me, actually, Riven should have stayed and took this big wave with me so I don't have to push it in by myself, but I just do it myself, right? But the thing is, I really want to counter jungle right now. And so, since I'm full hit point, I know in my mind this Graves cannot contest any of these because I'll kill him, although I don't have mid lane pressure. So there's that risk of entering his jungle, but I am pretty powerful compared to him because he's 0 and 3 right now. So I can literally do whatever I want in his jungle. And also I'm just putting wards in his jungle to set up so I can figure out where he is, and I can just go to the other side and kill the creeps on that side. But yeah, I mean, if Vel'Koz does roam, I have escape, so I can't really die. And again, I killed Darius in the top lane, so I have total control of his jungle. He can't contest me, and I know his red is spawning, so I definitely want that. But he tries to contest, so he's basically gonna die now. And if mid Vel'Koz roams, what's he gonna do? He can't really do much. I'm honestly just too mobile for him, and I have flash still up, so this is actually a very safe choice. And as you can see, Vel'Koz just died, as well as Darius is Well, he just respawned, so I'm in a pretty safe environment. I'm in my safe space. So this red is 100% free. And if Darius does come, well, he can't kill me because he's kind of immobile, and he'll give up top CS, which would be pretty bad for him. Now, I was trying to counter jungle his bot side jungle, and I was going to take the Gromp, but obviously taking kills are worth more than counter jungling. But you know what I do right after this little kill I get? I go right back into that jungle to take his Gromp, because I know that they cannot contest that Gromp. And he's also topside, so it's pretty easy for me, but even if he was bot side, he couldn't contest. He's just too weak right now. Now, obviously I have a bunch of kills and assists, and he's like 0 and 4, but look at my level, which is level 12, and then look at his level. He's level 9 because he can't farm anything in his jungle because I keep taking it, and he's just so behind, so basically he's useless for a majority of the early game. And this style is just so strong for making someone useless on the enemy team. One thing I can't really show in this video was that I don't show an important tip of going into their jungle when you see them on the other side of the map or something, because in this game I was just way ahead of him so I can contest everything. Usually what I do if I can't find a gank or anything, I'll just go into their jungle. Like say if they were bot side, I'll go into their top side jungle and just counter jungle, and there's not really any threat. Now there will come a time where counter jungling will be useless, or like not as effective as it was in the early game, and that's basically when you kind of hit mid game, just because mid game is where you're supposed to like set up for the end, like setting up Baron, taking objectives and playing like a team instead of being a little selfish. Like right here, since it's a lost team fight and I see no point of going to the team fight, I still go for the counter jungle. It's a blue buff, it's not like a wolf cap, so it's a little better, right? And luckily I just find Vel'Koz. That's not supposed to be part of this video, but we go on him anyways. But yeah, once you're like strong enough and you've felt like you've destroyed the enemy jungler's life, you can start contesting objectives, trying to team fight as 5 and like, you know, basically trying to end the game. But in the mid game and late game, if it's like, you know, right in front of your face, you should still do it if you have the time, and like you just got the middle inhibitor and you're just all backing, like your whole team should be clearing out the jungle so they're deprived even more. It's just the little things like this that irritate people. But yeah, I'm level 13 and the enemy Graves is actually like level 10 by the end of this game. So I would say like depriving the enemy jungler of farm is a really good way to shut him down, or just straight up killing him. And yeah, he'll just be really useless for a majority of the game. Also ganking more than them and getting kills is probably the best way of, you know, snowballing, but counter jungling is very effective of making the enemy jungler useless. Alright, so that's enough talking about like how to make the enemy jungler useless. What if you're on the other side of being controlled and deprived of farm? What if you're the one getting shit on? So in this Shyvana game, what I can take from me being shit on in this game is basically you can't really go into their jungle because all of your laners are kind of behind and you have to protect your objectives. But yeah, honestly, there's not much you can really do except farm your own jungle. And I mean, you can see in this situation, I see Shaco's bot lane, but like the enemy just has so much map pressure that I can't really go anywhere into their jungle because they'll just kill me. And so what you have to do, honestly, is just put up defensive wards and play tactically. Like, yeah, just ward up and you might be good to go, but still, it can get a little annoying. But if you decide to counter jungle in like a behind game, I'd stick to the side where you have more power. So like if your top lane is winning but mid and bottom are losing, you can stick around top side and try and enter his jungle from there. But I would say in this game I was a little bit scared to enter his jungle because he has a Shaco with Ignite, so if I get caught out I may be dead or something. But obviously if you see like Shaco in the top lane, you can enter his bottom side of the jungle. Yeah, just try and avoid bad situations if you're behind. I guess that's all I gotta say, and I guess that's gonna be the end of this video. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, and if we can get 30,000 likes on this video, I'll put in the description below that I'm a fat fuck. I don't know what to do for these likes anymore because I'm shit at these ideas, but you know, this new YouTube algorithm, we gotta do something for the likes now. But yeah, I guess I'll do that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I am Panzer Dragon, and I'll see you guys next time.